We welcome Assistant Head Coach Ed Lamb, Defensive Coordinator Ilaisa Tuiaki, and Offensive Coordinator Jeff Grimes. There they are. Welcome. Welcome back to another Media Day. I can see all three of you are thrilled to be here.
You bet, Dave. Thanks.
The highlight of our summer.
Thank you. That gives me confidence moving forward for the next few minutes. Ed, the craziest off-season story that I've heard from this group happened with you in the Wisconsin game last fall when you passed a kidney stone there on the sideline. Walk us through that moment, and if you two can top that story, this is going to be an exciting segment. Go ahead.
You know, the context of that's pretty important because I have a shtick, right, with the team.
Yeah.
Never been sick a day in my life. Don't cough unless I want to. Can saddle up an elk, catch bald eagles with my bare hands, like
all those things.
The freshmen still believe it, right? And some of the sophomores too. But so I find myself in this game, and suddenly I have like this intense, searing pain back here. And one of my jobs on game day is I'm in the kickoff huddle.
Right.
I'm getting the guys fired up, you know, just inspiring them to these great feats of bravery. And suddenly I can't speak correctly. I can't form a sentence. I'm ghost white, and the guys are kind of looking back and forth like, what the heck is wrong with Coach Lamb? And then
while the game's going on.
The game's going on.
Okay.
I send him out on kickoff, and I come over on the sidelines, and I couldn't stand. I took a knee, and this guy walks by me and gives me some smart comment, you know.
Very sensitive, I'm sure.
Because I'm failing my own image that I've created, right? And he knows that.
But they don't know what you're going through.
And neither do I.
Okay.
And so I went over to our trainer, Steve Pincock, and said, what's back there? I thought I'd been shot with a poison dart because I've got this pain, but also I can't think. I don't feel right. And I mean, he knew right away what was going on. He touched a couple places, asked me a couple of other questions. He said, I think you're passing a kidney stone. And I didn't know. I've never had one of those. I haven't had any people that I know that have had one of those.
There's three options. There's death, go to the hospital, or stay coaching the game, and you stayed coaching the game.
I did, and I had a plan, like if I needed to stay there that night when the team went back, or if I died, that this would be an appropriate final day if we could win. It was crazy.
So at what point did you finish the game? So
yeah.
What?
The docs gave me a pill and then some tests at halftime,
yeah.
and then you know, somewhere in the third quarter, just everything was fine, and it never came back. But I was carrying around those pills for like 6 weeks because they said it might come back, and I was deathly afraid that I was going to be somewhere without these pills.
Can either you two top that story?
No. I had to go to the bathroom at halftime. That's about all I got.
Did you know he was going through that?
I did, and he just didn't want any attention, so it was just, I don't know, just never make statements that you never get sick or anything happens because you're only setting yourself up. And,
Payback's
but you know,
tough one.
He's the toughest guy I know, and so, but he doesn't give himself enough credit. Ed was awesome during the game, and in that time when he said he wasn't thinking straight, he was perfectly fine. Yeah. And was all about the game, and he was getting the players. He was all about the team and the players, and that's why I'm so glad he's my right-hand man.
And winning that game even enhances the story. Your grandkids are going to love that.
It does. It'll be a bigger story by then. When the grandkids hear it.
Tom mentioned it a short time ago. There's this culture change that he's noticed with your football program. What is it? What is it? Is it tangible that you express to recruits, that you look at your current roster on defense? What is it about this group, Coach Tuiaki, that makes them different?
I think it starts from the top. You know, I think you credit Coach Tuiaki for the things that he's done as far as just implementing certain things that certain ways that he wanted the culture to be. The kids and buying in, and the kids really carrying it out throughout the rest of the team and delivering it to the new kids coming in, and it's really just a culture of you know, he talks about all the time of just living the gospel, being the best version of yourself, and football's kind of been on the back end of that, you know, as far as our focus, and I think because of that, every one of the players on our team, all the coaches, they strive to be better people, strive to live better lives, and in turn, I think our culture and our team and the way that we're playing ball has been enhanced because of that.
Very young team last year, a lot of new guys playing. Jeff, what have you noticed with the culture of the offensive side of the ball?
Well, I think last year there was an excitement to prove something, and I think last year as an entire team we proved that we can play with anyone when we play to our potential, and I think this year there's an excitement to do that more consistently, and I think there's with experience in football maybe more than other sports. Experience matters, and just having been in the arena gives you the confidence to look forward to doing that again.
And the depth on this team, deeper than it's been in a long, long time. What do you make of it?
I hope that's true. It's just a symptom of going out and recruiting hard and recruiting with a plan, and then also there's always a shuffling, and I think our whole staff and the head coach is really good about taking a look at players and maybe moving them positions or even to the other side of the ball. That's part of developing depth, and then also playing players when they're young. Sometimes even if they're not completely ready, there are some advantages to getting guys in the games. We've been doing that, and I think we're about to see the big payoff for that.
A few guys to replace on the defensive side of the ball, notably Corbin Kaufusi and Sione Takitaki, both in the NFL. How do you replace those two, and what names will we see on August 29th?
Yeah, you can't replace players like that, but you expect and you're excited about the next one to come along with his story, and the cool thing about replacing Corbin is his little brother Devin, and Bronson, Devin, Corbin, they've been in our weight room working out. And really excited. I know the two older ones are really excited about Devin, his future. I think he's got a lot more flexibility than Corbin, and just as tough. I mean, those Kaufusi boys, Steve and Michelle have done a really good job of raising them, and I think he's gonna take over and do a really good job. We're expecting a lot of good things from him, and Coach Lamb's got a good stable of linebackers to replace Sione and see who the next guy is that steps up. We got a lot of youth there, but excited about the youth because for the next couple of years, if those guys figure it out, I think we can have something special in the linebacker crew.
Is there an endless supply of Kaufusis?
I hope so. Yeah, there seems to be a lot of them, and they're a big family. But I think Devin's at the end of the line for Steve and Michelle, but he'll be wearing the number 90. That's famous in their family,
yeah.
And I think he's going to do a lot of good things. I trust Coach Tuiaki and the D-line altogether. I've been really pleased with them. So seeing some guys step up, Zach Dawn, and others that I think are really going to be a big part of our defense.
Ed, those linebackers, who stands out? I know we're a month and some change away from fall camp, but you know your guys.
We have to build it first with the experienced guys, and that's Isaiah and Zane, Isaiah Kaufusi, Zane Anderson. They've got the experience. They're really running the show right now in the off season. We have by rule we have limited contact with our players within a football context. Strength coaches are really heading things up as far as the interaction. But those two guys have been meeting with the linebackers, running the practices, and then we've got a bunch of freshman, sophomore guys that are just going to battle it out. And I'm not even penciling in guys right now as first, second, third team. It's disrespectful to the game to not let them compete it.
Zane will be here in just a few minutes, and Diane Gunwolaku will be here as well and talk about the secondary. Jeff, the offensive line's getting a lot of preseason talk because they're young, experienced after last year, and very deep. What do you like about that group?
Well, I think they've taken really well to Coach Mateos. He's doing a great job with them. And, last year there was a lot of talk about them playing and doing a good job, and rightfully so, but a lot of that was because there were young guys who were playing. The bar is raised now because you don't have the excuse to fall back on and say, well, he's just in his first year as a starter. Now, most of the guys that'll be playing have had significant experience, and so they should play significantly better, and that's one of the areas that I want to see a marked improvement in our ability to play a tough and rugged brand of football, and it starts with those guys up front.
You now know what you have at quarterback, and we saw in the bowl game what he is capable of doing. Moving forward with the passing attack, I know that Kalani's used the word attack quite a bit over the last couple of years as to what this offense needs to do. With a quarterback that can do that, what does that do for you as a play caller?
Well, a guy like that makes my job a whole lot easier.
Yeah.
When you trust a guy to make the right decisions at the right time. then it just gives you more options. It allows you the freedom to call a play and trust that he's going to take care of the football first, and then he's going to deliver the ball where it needs to be at the right time. And got a lot of trust in Zach and in our other quarterbacks as well. Jaron had a great spring, and we're excited about him too. So it makes my job easier for sure.
How eager are you at another shot against Utah, August 29th?
Yeah, I wish it was tomorrow.
Wish tomorrow. Coach?
Can't wait. I know, we're expecting a good game, but I'm chomping at the bit to get after. I know the players are as well.
Yeah. Ed?
Yeah, so I mean, I understand that sentiment. We're going to take advantage of every day we have, but we'd have big smiles if we found out the game was moved up to tonight or tomorrow.
Just keep those bottles of pills close by in case something. I know you love these guys.
Oh, this is my boys. Yeah, and I'm thankful for their hard work and appreciate their families allowing them to spend the, sharing their father and their husband with these young men. And so they're in line with our mission and the culture of the school. And so I'm just really looking forward to the season and these guys leading the way.